Let me say a few things. There's some people in this country who are regulars on this platform who would like us to every day relitigate January 6th. And I say that not judgmentally. I just know there are people who feel like that is the most important thing, and we should be talking about it rather than nitpicking the tone of a Kamala Harris answer or whether she used an accent. I totally respect that point of view, and I know it's the view of tens of millions of people, so I fully respect it. What I don't like is people characterizing this platform as pro-Trump because it's not. And people who say
I
it's
don't think it
drifting,
is.
I know you don't, but I'm speaking to other people now, both in the chat and who are contacting me regularly. This platform is not pro-Trump, and in fact, it's not pro-Trump in its intention, but it's also not in its audience. I've encouraged people who are pro-Harris to raise their hands more. I don't know why they're not. I know they're there because I know who a lot of the people on here are, and I have data about people because they've spoken before. Okay, so there are a lot of Harris people on here, and I'm glad they're listening, but they should be participating. I don't want to go the last 3 weeks where all the hands up are pro-Trump people. The
I
undecided's
don't.
deciding. No,
Yeah.
James, I'm not addressing this to you. I'm addressing it to people. Reaction to what you said. If people think it's too pro-Trump, come on and speak and do what James did, which was, as well as anybody I've heard of late, explain why he thinks there's nothing that offsets what Donald Trump did on January 6th. And again, that's the view of tens of millions of people. And it's not an insane view. It's not a Trump derangement syndrome view. It's a very principled, thoughtful view of what they think Donald Trump did and the significance they attach to it, as opposed to Kamala Harris changing her accents or even Twitter suppressing Hunter Biden's laptop, or even Kamala Harris refusing to take accountability for the border. That's a reasonable point of view. And the Trump people on here who are in the chat right now denouncing James, you just shouldn't do it. It's a reasonable point of view. And James, unlike some people on the left, including members of the committee, was mostly factually correct. And to the extent he wasn't 100%, I don't think his errors were dispositive or disqualifying in terms of the point of view he's suggesting. If Trump wins, and today I think he's the favorite to win, if Trump wins, the people like James are going to have to come to terms with an America in which their fellow citizens chose someone who did things that James and his colleagues think are disqualifying. They're going to have to do that, and they need to be prepared to do that because Trump might win. Okay? And if Trump wins, and you're one of the people in the chat complaining about James and accusing him of Trump derangement syndrome, you need to come to terms with, if Trump wins, it's going to be really narrow, and he may not have control of the House. And even if he does, there's going to be a filibuster in the Senate. You need to come to terms with your responsibility to reach out to people like James and understand how painful this is going to be for them if Trump wins. Okay?